Welcome back, everybody. I am Cole. I've got Rusty with me as always. This is Web3 Putts, and tonight we've got some special guests with us from the Trolls Golf Club. Danny and Josh have joined us tonight. We're going to learn a little bit more about their project and kind of going along with the theme of our show, bridging that gap between the Web2 and the Web3 golf world. So, guys, glad to have you. We're thrilled y'all can make it tonight.
Yeah, thank you both for having us, Cole, Rusty. We appreciate it. For those on the pod listening in, my name is Josh Bricker. I'm the founder of Trolls Golf Club, and I'm here with my business partner, Danny Giroux. Just a quick high level, I'm sure we'll get into the detail, but what Trolls Golf Club is exactly that. We're bridging the gap between Web 2 and Web 3, connecting folks who are forward thinking in the golf space, utilizing NFTs and Web3 to facilitate membership to private golf courses. So buying a Trolls Golf Club NFT will net you the ability to play at different private courses across the US. We currently have 34 partner courses in network. We have 3 experience giveaways, bringing that course total to 37. And we've got about 10 that we're looking to add and likely we'll add before the end of the year, bringing that number pretty close to 50 courses in network that we will have going into 2023. And those will be in about 16 to 17 different states, primarily on the East Coast right now. And then in 2023, we'll be expanding into the West Coast. Dan, you want to give a quick intro and then wrap up what I didn't cover?
Yeah, sure. Danny Giroux, Josh and I met professionally through our quote unquote day jobs. It seems like that really working and burning the midnight oil, starting a new company is no joke. And I think our girlfriends can attest to that as they sit in silence and we talk about ourselves. But Josh and I have worked together professionally. We got to know each other, became friends, got into the crypto game. I had kind of learned about NFTs through Gary Vee back when he started kicking them around. And then Josh, he was getting into them and I was like, all right, well, I want to see what this is about. And, got burned on a few projects and learned the lessons the hard way. Yeah, I'm sure everybody that's still around.
Classic, getting into NFTs and losing money immediately. Yeah. What else is new?
Put that one. Not Cole yet. Not Cole. Cole's gonna get it soon.
I haven't sold any, so technically I haven't lost, but I'm down pretty bad on a few.
Good point. Yeah, no. So yeah, we saw kind of the whole boom happen, and it was just a lot of hope and promise in the market of, hey, give us your cash, we'll go build this thing. Josh had come to me one day with an idea about being able to get onto private golf courses and play, similar to how a caddy could get on and play on a Monday. There should be a way for an average guy that likes to golf that doesn't want to act a fool, just wants to play on the course, to be able to get on there. And we took the approach of facilitating those deals up front and negotiating letters of intent with these courses so that we can deliver these promises, on day one to our holders, which is kind of the opposite of what you see in a lot of these things where it's give us your cash and wait till you see what we do with it. It's us as we've got the groundwork laid. Once the sales are there, which is 11/11 is the public mint. We've got a pre-sale that starts on Friday for whitelist holders, and then Monday for allow list. 12/12 would be our art reveal, and that's when you actually get to see, what NFT you pulled. Did you get a rare one? Base level access? You got premium level access? That's on 12/12, and then on 1/11 at 1:11 p.m. precisely Eastern Standard Time is when we'll unlock our golf access for our southern courses, and then as weather permits, as the network opens, those other courses will fall in line.
Yeah. So Dan covered a lot there, and let me just touch on a couple of points. So our membership, our NFT platform is going to offer 777 NFTs, 777 memberships in the platform. We have 2 tier levels, trying to cater to the golf space, which is typically a higher price point, our prices are more in line with an NFT project that we would have seen in, let's say, like January of this year, or even November, December of last year. You saw NFTs launching for 4.4 ETH or half an ETH when ETH was $4,000, right? So that was about $2,500. Our purchase price for the base level, which is 555 memberships, is going to be $2,500, so $2,500. And then the premium level membership, which is 222, is going to go for $5,000. And what you will get with that as a baseline, so this is your minimum level access. The base level troll will receive one foursome that's included at one of our 35 partner courses, 34 or 35 partner courses. And then at the premium level, you'll have 4 foursomes that are included, again, at one of our partner courses. And we have a rule that we've kind of established with all of our partners, is that each individual member will only be allowed to play the same course at most one time in a given season. Which would be a calendar year, right? So if you played at, let's say, Pete Dye Golf Club out in West Virginia, you would only be able to play there one time. And then if you had another round of access, you would need to pick from one of the other 33 courses that we have in network. That's to protect the member base of their members that are paying members, right? When you join Trolls Golf Club, I would think and consider more like joining a timeshare or something along the lines of that sort of membership, rather than you're becoming a member of this private course. That's just not feasible. Some of our course partners, they require like $100,000 initiation fees. And if you're only paying $2,500 or even $5,000, the math doesn't really work there. So we're pooling the collective. And then we've negotiated deals with all of these courses to gain access, not only to their courses, but also to have rounds included. On top of the rounds that are included with your NFT, both the base level and the premium level will have the additional option to pay and play at some of our higher end courses. Those are really prestigious top 50 courses in North America. So it would be expected that those would come with an additional fee on top of your initiation fee.
So a lot to unpack there.
Yes, sir.
Pretty sick. The whole idea behind it is awesome. Why did you start this? What was the reasoning behind, getting this project going? Obviously we're all 4 golfers here, I assume, but what made this happen?
Yeah, the idea really stemmed from the challenges and the experiences that I had in the NFT space I felt like I was lied to by founders about what they were going to do with the project. And in my experience with not all, but most of the NFTs that I bought, where they had their roadmap, they were kind of cruising through the roadmap, they do their mint, and then poof, the founders are gone. The money is gone. The community died. Everybody hates the founders, that nobody even knew who they were. So one of the things that I wanted to do was, make my face public, right? I'm not shying away from this. If we fail, you'll know who I am. That's not our intention. Number 2 is, I'm a pretty good business person. I've had a pretty successful sales career over the past 10 years. I manage a global team of sellers in Asia, Europe, and North America, doing $110 million at a $8 billion company in my everyday life. So I have a pretty good job. Dan and I met and worked together that way. But I thought that I can take the skills that I have as a business professional and apply it to the NFT space and use NFTs for what I think they should be used for, which is a utility-based platform, and build something around that. So Dan and I started floating ideas around in early January, late December, kind of after having a few of those negative experiences, saying, we can build a company around this. What should we do? we were throwing out everything crazy under the sun, like, oh, we could do this and we could do this. And none of them really made sense. One night in mid-March, I believe, maybe it was closer to early April, I had this dream in the middle of the night. I actually still have the notes that I wrote down on my phone. I think I woke up around midnight or 1 o'clock. I go to bed early, like 10 p.m. or something like that. And I wrote a whole business plan in the middle of the night, went back to bed. I called Dan in the morning and was like, I think this is the idea. We got to vet it out. We got to find somebody that can help us with the technology. And so that's when I called Dan, and he brought his good buddy in from, they've been friends for since they were 13 years old. Corey Allen, our data engineer, and his team, they actually ended up building the entire smart contract. So one thing that I saw in the NFT space as well is a lot of people were just, outsourcing the contract building to NiftyKit or somebody else in the space that could build that contract for them. That does, it costs a lot of money on the back end. There's not really an upfront cost there. I think it's like $10. But they're taking a significant portion of your top line revenue as a result for them building a contract. So we wanted to remove that piece and just build it all internally and really deliver something that was new, not only to the golf space, but new to the NFT space. There's a couple of utility-based projects out there, certainly none that I'm really aware of in the golf space, but we wanted to do something new and really unique, and that's kind of how we landed the Trolls Golf Club.
Very cool. So are y'all both members at clubs currently, or how did y'all?
So I grew up caddying. I caddied at 2 clubs in Libertyville, Illinois, Merritt Club and the Royal Melbourne. I don't currently belong to any specific club, but I live in Scottsdale, Phoenix. And I think this year I've played 45 different courses. So I like the variety. I'll probably be joining in the next year or two at a club around here. But I have a Troon card, which is kind of part of where this idea came from of people are willing to pay, $1,000 to buy a Troon card just to get 50% off, right? You're not getting anything other than a discounted round by buying a Troon card. You get one free round on your birthday and a couple of other buy one, get one half off sort of deals. But in that golf space, there is opportunity for people that want to pay to have that, new experience. And having grown up caddying, being a part of that club space, being a guest, being brought onto private clubs often, I've had my fair share of that as well. I thought this was a perfect opportunity for us to deliver value to folks who are looking for something that, if they don't have a high net worth or they don't have $50,000 to put on a down payment, especially in, an inflationary time where we're looking at 7% flat inflation, and what if it's 15% real inflation, who knows? But, that puts a lot of pressure on your everyday person that still wants to play golf. Maybe they do have $2,500 that would allow them to experience this once or twice a year.
What was the process like getting your partners, your 34 partners? How did that go about? It's so new to everybody. A lot of people are, they shit on NFTs, they shit on Web3. And, even just looking at the partner list, you've got Firestone, great club, Pete Dye, Abacoa. These aren't just run-of-the-mill golf clubs that you've at least announced so far. So how did that process go? What was the feedback that you got from your partners?
So we received a lot of no's and a lot of come back next year's. It's not no, it's no for right now because you're so new and we don't understand what you're doing. But if you can come back to us with a proven model, then we'll be willing to consider that. So it started with Abacoa, and I would call that a layup, I guess. My buddy is the membership director there, and we had talked about this plan beforehand, and they have a corporate membership platform that they offer to a couple of folks. So we kind of went and adopted what they're already doing and then repurposed it for our platform, which is really different than what they're doing elsewhere. And from there, we kind of used that as the baseline and just started hunting. It was a lot of online applications, a lot of requests for information, a lot of phone calls with membership directors saying, we don't really have an avenue to facilitate this type of transaction. How do we go about that? And it was no, no, no. And then we got Pete Dye, and Pete Dye was like, oh, we have an avenue to facilitate that. We can bring unaccompanied guests onto our course as long as you're doing the booking. So that was domino number one. That was huge for us. Then Firestone came about, and they said the same thing. And Firestone is a part of Invited Club. So something that I'll drop here that I don't think we've actually shared elsewhere is there will be opportunity for our network to actually go and play with us, whether it's myself, Dan, or Corey, at an Invited Club in their area. And we'll be doing those as raffle giveaways throughout the year for participation. So that would be just an additional round that you get for, good behavior, getting a good review from the club or things like that. And then what really blasted it off is last 2 weeks, we've been working on it for about 2 months now, but the last 2 weeks, we were able to close a deal with 30 courses in one entire network. So that was a massive deal that we made. There's a lot of capital being invested into that deal. But, and unfortunately and fortunately, the names of those clubs, we kind of have to keep tight to the vest from a marketing standpoint. So really can't share what those are here. But as soon as you join, you'll have access to that full list. And it's kind of like the allure of NFTs. It's hidden until it's not, and then you know what you're getting. So we're taking that approach. But what I can say is we have 7 Arnold Palmer courses. We've got 2 Tom Fazio courses. We've got like 5 Jack Nicklaus courses. There's 2 Pete Dye courses. So some of the best course designers that we have, some of the top courses in each state that we participate in are all included into this platform. Obviously, some of the courses are going to be better than others. Some are going to be more desirable than others to go play at. But we think from an overall offering, it's going to be really awesome experience for our members.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea. So I'm a member at a private club here on the coast, and when you're talking private clubs and golf, a lot of it is real about who you know, right? A lot of it's real hoity-toity, real snooty. Like a lot of people do not like people coming on their courses, etc. So I think it's really a great idea what y'all are doing to give those people access that may not. I'm pretty lucky here and have some friends that I'm able to kind of scoot around, and some people that work in the industry. But yeah, normally it's very hard to get on a quality private club.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think part of that idea, that the initial idea, right, was like the use case, right? It was like, okay, you're not going to be able to be a member at this place. You're not playing it multiple times, but Josh, myself, Corey, we're always taking 1 or 2 boys trips a year where you're flying halfway across the country, you're renting an Airbnb, you're going to go out at night, you're going to play 36 holes at least. So you're already in for 1,000, 1,500, and you're playing, whatever course you can get on to, from a public standpoint. So it was like, well, hey, if I'm going to be paying $250 to play at a high-end public course, why can't? What if I could pay $250 and play at a private course, and I could bring my friends with me? So that's part of the cost justification for us as well. Is that these tee times that we're negotiating, it's not just for you to go play with somebody; it's you plus 3 other people. So whether you're a nice guy and you just you foot the bill for your friends and you say, hey, I got you guys, or you charge them $200 or whatever you deem fit for those green fees to cover, and then everybody's happy because you're playing on a private course, higher quality course, better pace of play, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
so it's similar like Club Core, right? They have the national membership. Mm-hmm. And so if you're a member, like here, I live outside of Charlotte. The Firethorns, the Club Core, TPC, Piper Glen.
Yeah.
So if you have that membership, you can go play any of the courses you want in the country with the national membership. Granted, it costs more. You're basically giving that that ability. Because I'm not going to go to Jupiter, Florida, and spend 6 months there and play every single day. I might go for a weekend and
Right.
get the opportunity to go play Abacoa, right? So
Right.
And to me, when I first saw the 2,500 and the 5,000, I'm like, shit. Like, what's the utility here? But going through the FAQ on your website, you guys explaining it to me, like, to me, if you're somebody that travels, I travel a lot for work. Sounds like you do too, also, Josh.
Yeah.
And I go all over the country. So if I'm in, I don't anywhere in Florida, I can basically get on if I have this membership. West Virginia, I go there a lot. So I think if you break it down the way you did, it makes a ton of sense.
Right. And so it's hard to associate a daily fee rate with a private course because it's not the same as if you're just going and playing a municipal course. But, on average, I would say at the low end, a round is going to be 200 per player or 800 per foursome. And towards the higher end, we have courses that would be in the 600 per player range or the $2,400 per foursome. So if you're using those numbers, right, and let's say you got one round included with your base level $2,500 investment, right? And maybe that's a $250 round. So right off the bat, you got $1,000 of golf value included in that NFT. Every single one of our members is going to receive a welcome kit that's averaging between $300 and $500, which is going to include custom golf balls made by our partner Piper Golf. They're going to include Trolls Golf Club golf tees by Western Birch. You're going to get a customized, like similar to a Bad Birdie style polo that's a Trolls Golf Club polo. You're going to get belt, hat, and there's some other things that we're doing in those kits that we're going to kind of reserve for once we sell out. 10 to 12% of all of our minters are going to receive a bonus gift, whether that's lessons from some of our PGA pros. So Slow Mo Swing Library, if you follow him on Instagram, he's got a pretty awesome breakdown. He does great online coaching. He's going to be doing 10 lessons for us. We've got 3 other PGA pros that are going to be providing lessons. We're going to be giving away 10 club fittings, and those are probably going to either go through PXG or TrueSpec. We're going to give away 10 launch monitors. We're giving away 2 Finn scooters, which are pretty neat. Those are like instead of having a golf cart, it's literally a motorcycle that you put your bag on. So we're doing a lot of fun things that tie back to the NFT and add value. And then it's not just a single year thing. So the initial investment, your $2,500 or $5,000, that'll cover your first year. And then the second year, what will happen is you'll have the opportunity to renew your membership. Obviously, you'll be able to keep your NFT, but after the first year, that access stops. You will be able to renew your access for $1,000 or less. So, less than half of your initial, and then 1/5 of your initial, depending on if you bought the base level or the premium level. That annual fee is going to be the same for both tiers. And the reason we have it currently at $1,000 is we don't really know what we don't know. So our goal is that if trade volume permits, on the open market, to cover the annual cost that we have to maintain these memberships, we would waive that fee or reduce that fee. Also, if ETH triples in value, we'll probably cover that second year for everybody. And then the long-term strategy of where we're going is in 2023, we're going to be expanding our networks. Our minimum goal is to have 100 courses available for the network at the end of 2023. Those would not be available to the first round of minters. What would happen is we would cap it at 50, and then we add the second 50, we'll expand the NFT platform to 2,500 members. You'll have the ability to keep your Gen 1 or burn your Gen 1 for a 50% discount or a free Phase 2 NFT, depending on your rarity. So there's some additional value you get there, and it creates a multi-year plan. And then Dan mentioned a little bit earlier the real estate play. So our 2025 plan is to put in Airbnbs centrally located near our most densely populated courses. So let's say in Florida, we've got 9 partners right now in Florida. I think 5 of them are pretty close to the same area. We would be buying a property in that area that you would be able to rent at a preferred rate. It's going to have a golf simulator. It's going to have a tricked out bar. It's going to be built and catered to a Trolls Golf Club member. And when they're going to their boys trip for the weekend to use their membership.
That's pretty sweet. I like that.
Damn.
So we've got a long-term strategy. I think right now we just got to prove the concept. We've got to get the members to buy, and we've got to get it in front of the right people. I think that the price point is very enticing for most people that are going to travel for golf, but probably might be a sticker shock for those that are, just paying $50 to play 5 or 6 times a year. Probably not going to be something that they would be interested in.
And another thing to note, right, is, we've got even people that are starting to follow the account that I don't think identify as golfers or even putters or drivers for that matter. They might just be investors, right? So they could just believe in the company and understand like the value that ownership holds in terms of the future growth and what will get you into. So say, just for instance, there's 15% of those people, 20% of those people just buy to hold. And if people trust in the company and the value goes up, and they continue to hold, but they're not using those rounds. We've already got those rounds allocated, right? So as we see kind of supply and demand, we have everything laid out from the ground floor that will make sure that everybody gets whole in terms of golf plus. But if we see rounds not being used, we'll have the opportunity to offer those out to the community. Now, we haven't really fully decided as to how we'll go about giving those rounds out, like if it's an auction type deal or it's just a lottery for people that have multicolored XIs or a regular smile. But that's kind of the ace in the hole as well, right? Is we've got enough to feed the community, and if some people are lizard people and they don't eat food, then we'll give the rest of the breadcrumbs out to the people that want to golf.
What I know y'all are getting these tee times. Typical private clubs, all the members are going to get the best tee times, obviously. Where do y'all see that falling? Like, is it going to be weekday? Do you think you'll be able to get in on weekends? How's that going to work?
Yeah, we have a minimum of 1 tee time per day at each of our partners. So even Saturdays and Sundays, we'll have tee times available. There might be opportunity at some courses to get on multiple times on a weekend, but it's really going to be up to the community and when they plan on booking. So the way that you'll be able to book is we'll have a gated section of our website that you'll need to have your MetaMask or your online wallet to plug in that shows that you have the NFT in your wallet. It will unlock the access to get into the clubhouse. In the clubhouse, you'll be able to review all of the courses that you have access to. And then you'll pick the course. You'll go through a checkout process that says, I want to choose from these few days. Mornings are preferred, afternoons are preferred. And then we will go and work with the course to book within those dates and times or come back and confirm what we have available. So certainly going to be able to play on weekends. If you talk to one of my partners that I made this deal with, he's hilarious. His name's Wayne. And he's like, my members, we're making money off of you guys. So you can have the priority tee time. And I'm like, all right, Wayne, let's not piss your members off just to start. I'll take a couple of them, but we're not going to take priority every weekend, right? So if you're playing on a Saturday, I would kind of plan around playing at like 11 o'clock and not before. But, weekdays, it's going to be basically free reign whenever you can get on. And the weekends will be that mid-morning to mid-afternoon rounds.
So as someone who lives near Charlotte, I see that you have the partner here in Charlotte. I know you're not going to say it, but maybe you can DM me. Right, in case
Yeah,
of-
yeah.
Um,
we can do it on the DM and on the down low, but
Okay, cool. All right, so say I buy one. Let's just say the basic. I use my free round there.
Mhm.
After that, I can go play there whenever I want for a set price, or
No,
it's
so
one and done.
it's one course, one time in a
One
given
course,
year.
one
So
time.
you'd be able to
Okay.
go back next year and play. But if you get into the playing multiple times at the same course, that starts to diminish the value of the current member base.
Sure, absolutely.
If you're just going to play one time, it's similar to them bringing guests, which is really how I pitched this. It's like you already have guest play at your course. We're taking one tee time. We're not really interacting too much with your members. And really the cool part about it is, it could have just been, you as an individual get to play at a private club, but how much fun is that going to play with three strangers who are
No, it
already
sucks. It
members of
fucking
the
sucks.
club?
Yeah,
It would
no.
be so awkward for everybody involved. Like, who is this guy? Why is he in my group? That's weird. So the fact that you get to bring your three friends,
Yeah.
while it's only one time in that given year, it does make a better experience for everybody involved on that day.
Yeah, plus you're comfortable. I mean, I played at plenty of courses as a single at private clubs, and I'm paired up with people that I don't know, and it's just
Right.
not the same, right? So yeah, genius.
Yeah, and part of that, right, is to protect the people that are actual members at those clubs. They don't want to see the same guy playing, the course multiple times a year without having to pay the sticker tag on having that membership. So that's where that comes, unless there's same day playback. Josh, I don't know if you mentioned that or not. But.
So there will be an opportunity at some of the courses, not all of the courses, and that'll really happen with you in the pro shop in the morning. If you're playing in the morning and you say when you're checking in, we heard there's an opportunity for a same day playback. That would be the afternoon round would be kind of an out of pocket cost that would come for you paying with a credit card at the course. And there will be some that happens at, it just won't be at all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that happen. I had that happen to me recently, actually, with a club down here. It wasn't the guest or the members; it was the cart guy. I was telling Rusty this on another episode, but I was playing at Colleton River over here and near Hilton Head, and my buddy works there, so we usually play for free. He's on the staff, and so he can't play early. It's like after 1 o'clock, I think. But
Sure.
and it's one of those clubs that's 100 plus, to join. So we got there, we play, and we're putting the carts up. We pull up to the cart guy, and I was going to tip him, I always do.
Right.
But he's just angry, and it's this old cart guy. Like, guys, I don't know what y'all are thinking, but nobody out here plays for free. I'm going to need $20 from each one of you guys. And I'm thinking, like, my buddy works there, so I was trying to be nice about it. I don't want to get like a conflict going at his work job, but I think, like, I'm not going to give this guy shit, man.
Yeah, I was planning on giving you money, but now that you asked for it, I'm gonna say,
you're gonna demand it. So we sat there for a minute, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I end up giving it to him. He's like, our members can't even bring a guest out here for less than 150. Like, you owe us $20. All right, whatever, guy. We paid him or whatever, but it does happen out there. That'll happen.
So that brings up a good point, right? Many of these courses that we're participating with, the golf staff there is treated differently than the golf staff at a public course. So we are taking the approach that Airbnb provides and that Uber provides, where Airbnb, when you book an Airbnb, before you get there, they send you the instructions, they send you how to get there. There's usually a book when you arrive that gives you the passwords and what to do's and what to don'ts. We'll be providing all that in the confirmation email. So if there's caddies, you'll know ahead of time, what should you tip the caddy? What should you tip the golf staff? Where should you drop your bag off? Is there a gate? Do you need a secret passcode? Like, all of those things that you don't really think about when you're driving to the Muni down the street and you're going to throw your card on the bag and you've already got 30 beers in the bag.
Right.
That's not really going to fly here. And if you're thinking that you're going to do that, you're going to ruin everybody else's experience. And there's some terms and conditions that you're going to agree to when you check out that says you're not going to be ridiculous, you're not going to break things, you're not going to bring your own booze. I know you want to, but it's not the same experience that you'd have otherwise. What the members should keep in the back of their mind is they're getting an experience that they wouldn't otherwise have unless they knew a member. And if they knew a member, would they be doing those things that they think they're going to get away with? And the answer is 95% no.
Yeah, I like in your course etiquette contract, fuck around and find out.
I mean, and we're very serious about that. We've invested a lot of time, we've invested a lot of money in this, and we want it to grow. And the only way that it grows is if the community itself respects everybody else and wants to improve the value that everybody in the community has, right? Cool part about NFTs to me is that it's your own personal asset and that you drive the value. So if you think that the NFT is more valuable than what you bought it for, and everybody else in the community thinks that as well, that inherently drives the price up. And if you also get to experience these great things and then you see the real value that you get as an individual, then that's what really skyrockets the value.
And just to circle back onto the fuck around and find out part, the part of the way that we've built our ecosystem, right, is we have the ability to basically shut off all of your golf access and make your asset worthless. So we can pull out your image and attributes, slap over a picture where Drew, our designer's still finalizing what that looks like. Hopefully we never have to use it, but it basically will signify to the people that, hey, this troll is no good. Don't buy this thing. This person's access has been revoked.
They're basically going to be put in jail. The NFT will be put in jail, like physically on the image. It will look like it's in jail, and that will represent somebody that drove a cart into the lake or was completely blacked out and trying to drive home, or they brought their own booze and were drinking out of a handle of vodka and the starter came and said, "What are you doing?" Like all of those things that normal people just shouldn't be doing. That's what's grounds for getting your ass kicked out. If you didn't tip somebody or when you had a bad interaction with the golf staff, but it was really nothing, that's a different story. We're talking about major violations, breaking things, property damage, and that will actually, if you end up damaging property, that's going to end up coming back on you. So things to keep in mind.
And kind of to the other side of that, right, is the cool thing about NFTs is this whole gamification, right? Like you can use a reward system, right, to entice good behavior. So one of the goals for us is one, to build a good community, but two, to really enable that community to behave correctly and reward them for doing so. So anytime that you go and play a round of golf, you can take your token, you can log into our website, record your score, and then you'll receive like a troll token for playing a round within the network. If you behave and there's no issues, you get rewarded again, you get another troll token. As those things accumulate, those would be entries into a quarterly raffle for a variety of prizes that would be from our sponsors. We're going to be doing a golf outing with peoples within the community and some of our other influencers and stuff. So we're really just trying to reward good behavior for people that are bringing the brand up and want to see them succeed. So that's just one of the mechanisms that NFTs allows for us to do. And actually, while I'm on this token playing at each golf course thing, one of the unique giveaways that we have is going to be this play your own golf course. We haven't really decided what we're going to call it. It's going to be a Trolls unique golf course. You and 7 of your friends, so 2 foursomes, 8 people total, would fly into to Portland to take a private aircraft Friday morning, go play Bandon Dunes, most likely. Stay there, chill, have a nice lunch, and then fly over to Bend and play. Hang out at the hangar at the private thing, have some drinks, go spend the night at Tetherow, and then play Tetherow the next day, and then be able to fly home. And what one of the longer term vision goals is with Connect growing their private network over to the United States is start to create some of our favorite holes in each of the network, and you'll eventually be able to build, what your score would be on that Trolls golf course that we virtually make up out of the courses that are in our network. So there's a lot of cool things that we can start to do with the gamification. Hey, you can unlock the southeast block, right, or the southeast 9, and we can have that so that we can validate that your token has played these places. Yep, okay, now we can reward you for that. So that's all kind of how the gamification. And I know there's a lot of these projects coming out with tokenomics and stuff where it's like, my token is worth 0.00 whatever, and we just make more tokens, and if you do this you earn more tokens. It's like we're not really trying to go to that level. It's more of like, it's an entry into like a raffle that will get you prizes, on a quarterly basis. And that's really just trying to reward the community for behaving well.
Wow.
Sure,
Yeah, and like kind of going back to what that's insane. You guys are putting a lot of stock into the 777 humans, right? I mean, you just mentioned you signed a contract with a company that has 30 clubs. Well, if Cole and I go out and play, get blacked out, break shit, and we're part of the Trolls, that's going to get around to the other 30, right? So one person could conceivably really put a wrench in this whole project. So anybody that's out there that's listening, if you fuck this up, like,
don't do that, dude.
There's going to be a lot of people that'll be mad at you.
Yeah. We're real hard on this, so please. No, we don't expect that, right? Inherently in golf, and part of what I've shared with a lot of our partners is you cannot control human behavior. I've been on private clubs where clubs are thrown, people have been punched in the face. I've seen members run over by golf carts. So some of that stuff just inherently happens, but we can do everything that we have the ability to do on the front end to prevent that. First of all, you're investing in yourself when you buy a Trolls Golf Club membership. You're investing in myself and Dan and the rest of the Trolls Golf Club team, but you are investing in yourself, because if you want to play golf and if you want to have long-term access, you need to behave. So giving ownership back. Second, we have the rules and regulations in place that if those are violated, we have the ability to terminate the use of that NFT. And then, the rating system that rewards good behavior. So with those things, we're confident that, vast majority of people are going to, follow the rules. Now, what I'm not saying, don't have fun, not saying don't go drink and chat with a beverage cart girl and play music. Do all the things that you would normally do on a course, just do it respectfully and be consciously aware of the opportunity that you have that nobody else who plays golf publicly that doesn't belong to a course or know a member to a course doesn't have the opportunity to do.
So I saw y'all's allow list is up, and I was looking at it, but how do y'all expect this to mint out? Do y'all have a lot of interest so far?
We're hopeful. We will probably have 200 or so minted the first week. So the whitelist sale goes live on Friday, and then the allow list sale goes live on Monday. We're working with some different ambassadors that have private networks, and we're expecting a couple hundred people from them. And really, we're just doing a social media push, right? So our focus is getting awareness out to people. If you have friends that would be interested, if you're interested, please check us out. I know that $2,500 going into Christmas time is maybe a pretty heavy investment. One thing that's neat about Trolls Golf Club is we actually offer the ability to purchase the NFT with a credit card. So how that process will work, it's a different process in purchasing with ETH, which many people in the crypto space would be familiar with. That would be a standard NFT transaction. You pay with ETH, you go through, you can plug in your MetaMask, pops into OpenSea, everything works. With a credit card, what will happen is you still need to have your MetaMask wallet, but you go through a standard Web2 checkout, you plug in your name, your address, you put in your credit card, that transaction processes. Within 24 to 48 hours, we will actually airdrop you the NFT to your MetaMask. So that eliminates the need to put ETH into the online wallet and do the purchase for folks who are into golf that don't know anything about NFTs but still want to participate. It lowers the barrier for entry to them.
And to that point, so we've got a dynamic pull on the ETH side as well. So like we've built this entire business plan off of US fiat currency, right? So obviously the price of Ethereum can go up or down. And we have that set. So when you're buying, it's set at the value, US dollar to current value, ratio that we have set. And in our business plan, it's to pay all of our course partners, all of our suppliers, and partners for everything that we're planning to do. We're going to cash all that cash out and pay those guys right away. So that when, people that are weary of the NFT space or of a rug pull of that stuff, like as this thing is starting to sell out, we're pulling that money down and we're paying off the people that we need to pay. And we'll make sure that we're updating everyone along the way with those timelines so they can say, yep, 5-iron launch party, that's a check off. Welcome package, that's a check off. And to Josh's point, we've got a little secret nugget for everybody out there that comes in that welcome package that we're not announcing until after mint. The partners paid off, 5-iron's paid off for the party. And then really it's just enabling the technology and Corey and Nick and Al, which is the backbone of our IT team. These guys are great. And we've got coders, we've got front end guys, we've got big data guys, and we've got a lot of ideas between Josh and I. So we're really excited to be able to bring those ideas to life and put a real life working example of how these smart contracts can be used in an everyday, applicable situation.
Very cool. How did y'all decide on the trolls?
So I don't know if you can see in the background, I've got this red bobblehead Cubs troll. Dan's got one. So I got this bobblehead. Bring it closer in here. I got this bobblehead and I did something similar to Dan. I was like, what about this? I've kept this since the first Cubs game that I went to as a kid. I'm a Chicagoan, North Sider, and I got that at the first game that I went to, and I've carried it with me at through college, at every professional job that I've had. It's been in my office. And when Dan and I were spitballing names back in April, I literally pulled it into the screen. And I was like, what about this? He's like, golf trolls. I was like, golf trolls. Yes. And Dan had mentioned, our designer, Drew, and we brought him in and he's like, guys, no. Trolls golf. We're like, oh my God, that makes so much sense, because Dan and I were initially just thinking, oh, this NFT thing, and we weren't really thinking on a bigger scale. So when Drew got brought in, he really opened our mind to the possibility of what the future could be. So Trolls Golf Club is the company. We're a real company. We're registered in Delaware. You can look us up. We're a partnership. And then the golf troll is the NFT itself. So you become a golf troll by holding an NFT as a part of the Trolls Golf Club.
Very cool.
Yeah, and thankfully we've got Drew's guidance on stuff, but his artwork is super slick. I think the PFPs that are going to come with these are pretty exciting. All the rare ones we've been building out with our partners are really slick. Like, it's getting to crunch time and it's getting real exciting just to see, how it all shakes out, what people are pulling. And really we're getting awareness out there. We want people to see the value in it, but we've got a cool launch party that's all you can eat, all you can drink, all you can golf 5-iron simulator party in Chicago, which would be the weekend before 12/12 on 12/10, just because nobody wants to have a party on a Monday. Yeah, so we'll let it rip on a Saturday, and then on 12/12, you actually will have the ability when you log into our website to go to a button that says "Reveal My Art." You click on that button, and now it'll change from the picture that everyone has. There'll be two different ones. One's for the premium tier, and then the regular tier. You click Reveal Your Art. Your NFT will now update to the actual PFP that is assigned to your art, and in that you're creating your user login to our website, and that's going to lock in where the custom welcome kit will be delivered. So Cole, if you decide you can't wait, I'm going to reveal my art, you click the button, that locks you in for the welcome kit package. And with lead times, we've got some cool stuff that's made in America. We've got some cool stuff that's being sourced from overseas, so there's lead times on all that stuff. The ETA for that, all things go well, would be early April. Josh, is that kind of what we're targeting right now?
Early April is when we're targeting to have all of those shipped out. So it would be similar to, I'm a VFriend Series 2 holder. I've got, my competitive cards, right, that I got like 6 months after I purchased the VFriend. So something similar to that, except for this is going to be tangible. They're not going to be playing cards. It's going to be things that you can wear. You're going to be a part of the club. Couple of tidbits for those that are still listening. We're giving away, as Dan said, a trip to Bandon Dunes. So basically what that would be is, you and your 8 buddies, you fly out there, you fly into Portland, and then everything from that point on is going to be taken care of by the Trolls Golf Club. It's going to be 36 holes of golf, private jet over the mountains. We're doing a trip for 4 to Scotland. So you and 3 of your friends are going to go play at Trump in Scotland. That will actually be with Dan, Corey, myself, and Gavin from Dare to Go, who is our partner. They facilitate travel experiences, and they're catering that one for us. So that'll be a great weekend. I think it's 5 days that we have planned there, and then we'll also be giving away a trip for 4 to Hawaii. Again, all expenses paid out there. So we're doing some pretty cool giveaways. There's going to be one NFT in the entire collection that's called Ditto. We're Pokemon guys from childhood and closet, still Pokemon guys as adults. But basically what this Ditto troll is, 1 out of the 777 is going to have access to every single course that we have in our network. So if you get that 1 of 1 rare guy, it's literally going to have no attributes, no traits. It's just going to be a kind of a black body outline, and that will represent your ability to play at every single course that we have for free. So that's going to be pretty awesome, and that would be for every course that we add in addition to the first round. So you get that one. The $1,000 that you pay the following year is probably pretty worth it. Unfortunately, the mint gifts that we're giving away, those are just for the people who buy on the mint. Those won't be resold, things like that. But
if you do decide to make the purchase as strictly as an investment, and you don't reveal the art and you sell that NFT with unrevealed art, sorry if you hear the crime going, Lori can't keep the city together. But I lost my train of thought.
Welcome kit.
If you leave the art unrevealed, if you sell that on the secondary market, someone buys it, they have the ability to log in with that NFT, reveal the art, and then now that person on the secondary market is eligible to receive the welcome kit.
Right. So we're thinking that as long as your artwork isn't revealed, if you want to sell it to somebody else, or you bought 2 or whatever, we would encourage you to buy multiple. It allows you to play more of the courses in the network. Your ability to sell the troll with the entire welcome kit will increase the value of the overall NFT following the sellout of the mint.
How do you get it?
Go ahead, Cole.
How do you get into the Banded Dunes giveaway? Is that just by owning it?
Everything's
Yeah,
random.
it's all going to be random. It'll be one of the NFTs that wins the trip to Bandon Dunes. Obviously, no one person is going to win all of the things. It's all going to be randomized.
That's
So
why
that
Jeff
includes
said.
all
Or Jeff.
777, not just the premium ones. That's including the base.
That's including the base, yeah. Some of the actual best prizes in my mind are going to go to the base level folks. The premium level people, they're already getting an extremely significant value from their general purchase. So we want to reward everybody for participating. And the whole reason that this was built is to grow the game of golf and to, expand the network of those that, have the opportunity to play, right? We don't want this inclusive, it's my group only that can play here. Well, there is certainly a space for that. And I grew up in that golf space and I totally accept that that's going to be here forever. But I think, am seeing golf shift to a more inclusive space. And we want to cater to that. And we want to break down the barrier for those that love the game, that want to play challenging courses, have a great time, and do it somewhere that they would never otherwise be able to. And that's really why we built the platform.
I'm gonna go off script here a little bit, off the NFTs, but do y'all play a lot of golf in Chicago?
Not enough. I'm a weekend warrior. I think I've probably got 15, 20 rounds in me this season. So whenever I can getting out of the city, it's actually like one of the course partners that we have in our network is in Indiana, and I live way up north, like off of Lakeshore Drive, and it's easier for me to get down to Indiana from way up here than it is to just go like north or west, just because traffic is a zoo.
Right.
Yeah.
When I lived in Chicago, I played more simulator golf than anything. I was a member of a simulator club, and that was great. But it's really hard when you live downtown Chicago to play. I moved out to Arizona. I've played 100 rounds of simulator golf and another 50, 60 or so at probably 40 to 50 different courses since I moved here a year ago.
Asking, I'll probably come to Chicago next year. I've got a buddy of mine. His brother is the head assistant at Exmoor up there. I think we're going to play there. Apparently, he can get us on Chicago Golf Club, a couple others. So if y'all are in Chicago, I'll hit you up.
Most definitely.
I can always make it back. Make it back. We're working on expanding more in the Midwest as well. Kemper is one that I've got in my mind. Kemper Sports, they've got tons of clubs. So really, that's what we're doing. We're going after these larger groups. Obviously, you've got the Troons of the world and the Club Corps that you become a member of their club, and now you've got access to their entire network. So we're trying to go through those reciprocal routes. This is kind of the similar way, and really build this because we feel that we're still exclusive enough that it does not, again, diminish the value of the current member base by allowing somebody to play once a day or a couple times a year.
So once you mint, how soon after that will you reveal the remaining 30 courses that are on the website?
So when you mint, it's probably going to be like, I don't know if it'll be at sellout or a little bit before, but right around that time frame before that December 12th reveal,
okay,
you'll have the ability to see the entire map. You'll be able to see all of the courses, and we'll be doing some member only, probably AMAs and questions and things like that.
And that'll be gated on Discord, right? So once we can validate that you're a member, you're going to unlock all the member channels within Discord, and we'll elevate all of that. If anyone offline or online or in the metaverse or off the metaverse has a question on a one-off of like, hey, I'm in this location, I see a couple dots, shoot us a message, and on a one-off basis, we can let you know.
Yeah, we can share kind of more in a direct manner. Really, what I've committed to is not mass marketing the group. What we don't want to do is have, not that the members of the courses can't find out. Obviously, they're going to find out eventually, but we need to have that come through the proper channels. So the messaging needs to be, in a direct manner. And we would ask that if you are coming to us and asking for a course, that you don't share that with social media or anything like that. Oh my God, the trolls are, giving us the ability to play here. Again, that would be detrimental to the entire community. So, like I said, we've got tons of great course designers. Let's see if I can, Arthur Hills, Jack Nicholas, Fazio, Pete Dye, Ron Garland, some of the just OG, Arnold Palmer. There's some of the best courses in North America in our platform. Some of the best courses by state. So, while we can't share the exact name, I think that if your goal is to play private courses, if your goal is to travel with your buddies, have a great pace of play, this is an opportunity for you. And we think that your experience is going to be pretty awesome. So I'll give you a scenario. And, I played Valley High in Vegas a couple weeks ago. We had 4.5-hour round. It was like 103 out. And we teed off in the morning, paid $350. They didn't give us any water. The course staff was kind of a dick. And I was like, I'm paying so much money. We had 8 people. So what's that, like $5,000 or more that we just paid in fees to play. And then you're paying $20 a drink and 40
Right.
if it's a double. You're in for $6,000 to the course, and it took you 4.5 hours to play. Now, our course partners, they all have pace of play requirements. So if you're playing slow, the starter's going to be on your ass, and your pace of play is going to be good. So for me, that's something that's more important to me than even the amount of money that I'm playing. I would rather pay significantly more or even less, play a shittier course as long as I'm playing it 4 hours or less.
Right.
Because nobody wants to wait 15 minutes to hit every shot. It's not fun.
No, I was telling Rush, I was in a member guest tournament last weekend or 2 weekends ago. My buddy is a higher handicapper, so we're in the last flight, and I had to wait so long. I played with a guy that's a 30 handicap, and I had to wait for him to hit like 3 shots before I ever hit mine. It was brutal.
Yeah,
Awful.
you just lose your flow too.
Yeah.
It's like if you're
Play,
in a groove,
play shitty quickly,
Yeah,
Right,
play
yeah,
fast,
exactly.
fuck fast. 100%.
All right,
Yeah.
so you get the troll. When you go to these clubs, what are your expectations? Are you paying unaccompanied guest fees at most of them? Are you playing how's that
There's
work?
only going to be really 2 or potentially 3 courses in the entire network that in the beginning you will be paying a fee for. 90+% of our courses in our network are all included. So, for example, Abacoa, you're going to have a $30 cart fee per individual. At Pete Dye and Firestone, you're going to have a day rate, and then at every other course partner, your entire foursome is included. So your food and bev you'll have to pay for by yourself.
Right.
You'll have the member rates at all of the pro shops. If you want to buy anything, you'll have the member rate instead of the retail price.
That's nice.
So there's a huge value for you just included off the bat.
Wait, even like so I take 3 guys with me.
You take your 3 buddies, and their round is included as well.
Maybe 2,500 is too little.
I
mean,
I thought you only got
I
one
appreciate
free
that.
one.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
thought
the
you only had
baseline,
one
right,
free
on the
round.
lower level.
Yeah,
On the
and-
baseline, right? So that's like the lower level tier of the 2,500. We've got, and I'll just kind of give an example, like different color backgrounds. If you see some of our art that's out there, those different color backgrounds are going to signify the number of free rounds that you're going to get access to. And then initially we had steered it towards the traits being connected to specific courses, but with the big data guy and our back end people, we figured out or close to having figured out a way for it to be ranked tiering, right? So if you're in the highest class and have the rarest one, you're going to get first dibs to play on those dates at those courses that you want to. And those are each round is for 4 people. So that's, 2 and 3 other
So
players.
it's you and your 3 friends all included in the one NFT. So if you're a smart person, as Dan was saying earlier, right, you buy in for $2,500, you go play 1 round, you bring 3 buddies, you're like, Joe, Johnny, and Jim, you each owe me $200. Now you made $900 back. You got a welcome kit that's worth $500. You got to play golf. You should be whole or close to whole. You renew your second year. You got another round, and now you're 100% whole after 2 years.
And that's not even considering kind of the expansion growth that we have, right? So
Correct.
the first year, we got our eyes real big and we're like, let's blow this up. And then it was like, let's dial it back actually, and let's make it a proof of concept to say, this is what we're doing. This is how we operate. This is how it went or is going. And then we sign up that larger network of courses for year 2.
Okay, so maybe I didn't understand, or maybe I did. All right, so next week I play at the Charlotte course.
Mm-hmm.
Take 3 buddies. It's taken care of, right?
Yep.
And let's say I buy the base package.
Yep.
2 weeks from now, I'm in West Virginia for whatever reason with my 3 buddies. We want to go play Pete Dye. We play there for free?
No, you're paying the day rate.
Okay, all right. So that's what I'm sorry.
But you're getting into Pete Dye.
Right. Let's not say Pete Dye.
So,
let's say one of the other guys, the other 30.
Yeah, no. So maybe I'll round it out, right? If your NFT was only granted 1 foursome for the entire year, then you go and play in Charlotte and you use your play, that one's capped. You'll still be able to play at Pete Dye and you'll still be able to play at Firestone 1 more time in that given year. You'll have to pay for both of those rounds. Pete Dye and Firestone are going to be offered to every single person in our membership. They will all have the ability to go play at that course. There's going to be a small few of those that will cover the round, but majority of the folks in the entire platform are going to have to pay to play at those courses. If you had 2 rounds included, then you would be able to play at Charlotte, and then maybe you go down to Augusta, Georgia for a weekend with your buddies and you play in Augusta. Not Augusta National, but in Augusta, Georgia.
I figured that.
Augusta Country Club.
But to your point, if you did pull one that came with anywhere from 2 to 6 rounds, those 2 to 6 rounds are free rounds, right? So that's like I said, it's based primarily off of the background that you're going to get is going to give you the tier of rounds that you're getting for free, plus you have pay to play on top of that.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, okay. So
and then
pay to play is at Pete Dye, Firestone,
and Abacoa for the cart fee.
And Abacoa for a cart fee. The other 32 of them are going to be either you use your free round or nothing.
Right. And then at the middle of the year, as Dan said, depending on how many rounds have been used, we will either reallocate, or let's say everybody used every round that we had for the entire year. That's a success. At that point, for the remainder of the year, that 30 course network would be a daily fee rate of $150 per player.
Okay.
So beyond the entire network, when we use the allotted rounds for 2023, we will still have pay to play options as long as you haven't played that course once in the given year.
Okay. So you can play any of the 30, but you would pay.
After we've used all the rounds.
After you use the free. Okay. Got it.
And to that point as well, like I had mentioned earlier, is if there's people that are buying these and not using the rounds, we're going to have rounds in the bank that we can pull from, that we can use before the end of the season. So we'll start offering those out to the community as we see fit.
Very cool. Well, guys, we're kind of at that hour mark. I mean, we can keep talking if y'all want to. If not,
It's up to you guys. We love talking about this. I feel like I live, eat, breathe, sleep it the past couple of months, but we're super excited. We think that there's an opportunity for everybody that plays golf, that loves golf, that wants to have an awesome experience. So minting.trollsgolfclub.io is our minting site. You can also go to trollsgolfclub.io. You can go to trollsgolfclub.com. All of those will take you to our homepage. If you just go to the homepage, you'll have to click the minting site button and it'll take you to the minting site. My recommendation is to always follow trusted links. So either go to the Discord, go to the Instagram page, or go to our website and make sure you spell everything correctly. As of right now, we don't see any fake sites of ours out there, so that's good news. But double, triple, quadruple confirm that you're on the right page. You don't want to be sending your ETH somewhere that doesn't net you the results that you're looking for.
Yeah, been there, done that. Don't do that.
Been
Check
there,
your
done
addresses.
Don't do that. The allow list sale is going to go live on 11/7. Our public sale goes live on 11/11. We would love for you to join the community if you're listening, if this is something that interests you. If you have any questions about the portfolio, about the platform, first go to our website. We've got tons of FAQs that should answer plenty of your questions. You can email me, josh@golftrolls.com, golftrolls.com. I will answer any of the questions that you have. I have no problem if you're reaching out to me. I'm happy to help. If you don't know how to set up a MetaMask, we have instructions on how to do that. I am here to help facilitate and make this an easy process for you. We want NFTs to not be scary. NFTs are going to be with us in the future, whether you like it or not. It's like the cloud 10 years ago. It's like the internet 30 years ago. These technology advances that we don't realize have revolutionized the industry that we're working in until 5 or 10 years down the line. We're experiencing that right now with NFTs. The utility-based NFTs are going to be what is used in the future for modern day transactions between buyers and sellers. I fully believe that.
Absolutely. Tell everybody where they can follow you, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, perfect. All of our social media is all the same, Trolls Golf Club. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. What else, Dan?
Discord, I think that's Discord. It. YouTube Shorts, but that one's falling a little short. We just, we got a lot of people doing a lot of things. It's out of our own pocket. So we're just doing the best that we can, trying to make sure it's elevated on all platforms and funnel people in, and hopefully build out the community and offer the product and serve the product to the community as we've dreamed of. And like Josh said, we've got plans 36 months out, and we will be rewarding people that get involved on the ground floor with us this first year.
And I would say
merch will be available on the website at some point.
Pardon?
Or just for holders.
Merch.
Yeah.
Merch.
Yeah, merch. So originally the Mint package is going to be custom designed. We'll probably do a couple small batch kind of limited release stuff that will be open to just our holders. But that's on the roadmap for after we get past golf is to leverage the cool logo that Drew.
Yeah, the logo's sick.
Yeah. So we're working with Minimal Golf. They're a golf bag manufacturer that kind of specializes in environmentally friendly practices. And it's loaded with tech, and they've got a cool white version of their bag and a cool black version of your bag. And our logo looks really well on that. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, merch is coming.
Yeah, there's going to be merch. It's going to start as members only. It might expand. Right now, our focus is golf. Our focus is not apparel. But once we got golf dialed and we start to expand, there's no limit to what we can do with this. And what I would say is, if you're interested in buying one, and it would be, if you want to get on the ground floor, I would highly encourage you to do that. As Dan said, we've got a great plan for the future. bring somebody along with you. If one person leads to 2-person leads to 3-person, that sells the project out. That guarantees everybody is going to get the value they're hoping for.
Very nice. Very nice. That's all I got. Rusty, you got anything else for us tonight?
I mean, I think we could go for another hour.
Yeah, of course. But
I got plenty of questions.
If you want to circle back,
yeah, I think maybe we should hop on after Mint, a couple weeks or even after reveal, first of the year, just see how things are going.
For sure. And we'll be on Twitter Spaces and Discord the next week, 2 weeks. So feel free to hop on, or if anyone has questions from your folks, or if you guys have questions, we'll be there to answer those on those formats as well.
Yeah, so this will go live tomorrow. It's available on all platforms. I'll put it on YouTube, and we'll be glad to retweet whatever we can do to help you guys as well, get the word out. Just let us know.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Wait, before we go, real quick, Cole, how do you feel?
How do I feel?
After yesterday?
Well, you made some big putts that went in there. That was huge for you. So I had to let you win so you come back.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I beat up on my buddy on Saturday. He took a hot start. He took a three-hole lead, and then he went to shambles, and I closed the door on him pretty good. But I love a good healthy competition. Making long putts is always fun. I started Saturday with a 30-footer for par.
There you go. Yeah.
So
yeah, Cole got up on me two up after 11, no, after 10, and then I went birdie, and
came back and closed the door, birdie.
Yeah, finished him out on 17 with a birdie. Had to make him feel like he had a chance, but
a long one.
It's hard to lose when you're just making birdies.
Yeah, I mean, you shoot even par in the back. What are you gonna do? Hats off to you.
Yeah,
awesome.
But if y'all ever make it down to South Carolina, hit me up. We'll play some golf.
We'll be out there for sure.
Yeah, they might be hitting you up for a contact at your club to get
They might
get a trolls.
Bring them in.
Yeah.
Trolls out there. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about this part of the state, man. Telling Rusty, we were out there Tuesday afternoon. 2:30, nobody, completely empty.
Yeah.
We walked, nobody in front of us, nobody behind us.
Oh man, that's the best.
That's unbelievable.
Beautiful, because all I have all the time from here till May is 7-minute tee times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I booked that tee time like the day before.
From Danny from Chicago. All the Chicagoans coming down.
Yeah. I mean, actually just went down to my girlfriend went down to Greenville. Beautiful city. I would like to move there someday. And then also down to Charleston, which I wish I had a stack full of cash because I'd probably go there too.
Well, let's mint out. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's mint out, dude.
Do it, brother.
Cole's from Greenville originally. That's where Cole and I met, was in Greenville.
Minimal crime, real nice people.
Yes, they cleaned it up nice over there.
Hey, well, we appreciate the chance to come on and talk with you guys, and let's catch up in a couple of weeks, and we'll see how things landed.
Absolutely, man. Thank y'all for coming on, and good luck with everything.
Thank you very much.
Have a great night.
Y'all too.